I want to get into a sensitive story now, one that Darren, actually, you're squirming a bit at getting involved in this one, Darren, but it's about this goalkeeper whose face you see up on our Skype wall, Luke McCormick, OK? This man went to jail for 7 years and 9 months after he was convicted of being the driver of a car that ploughed into another family car in which 2 little boys, aged 10 and 8, were killed. He was twice the drink-drive limit and he was speeding. And he was on a motorway in the early hours of the morning and had been up most of the night. He might come out of jail very soon after serving 4 years, and he has been training already on day release at Swindon. And the Swindon town chairman, it's only fair to put his point of view forward, says it's part of a rehabilitation programme to get him into the real world. However, there is speculation that Luke McCormick will go for a trial, an official trial, when he comes out of jail proper, which is said to be very soon, and he may be offered a contract with Swindon. From my point of view, I think it's disgraceful. I don't think this man should be allowed in the ranks of professional football anymore because his parents have lost 2 young children. If his parents switch on the television, see this boy, Luke McCormick, boy, man, whatever you want to call him, in a goalkeeping outfit, between the sticks, in a game that's been televised on television, the pain and the grief and the terror and the sheer life-destroying moment that took their children away from them will come back to them all the time. That's how I feel. Darren, how do you feel?
Well, the first thing I've got to say, before we say anything about this, is that our thoughts obviously are with the family. They are the most important members of this whole conversation, and our thoughts are indeed with them. Terrible, terribly lost, and we're very sorry for that. As far as this story is concerned, the big problem I have with it is that although I share all of your views entirely, football is morally bankrupt. We already know that.
Well, don't make it more bankrupt.
Well, yeah, but you can't have one rule for one and something else.
No, but you can have an obvious rule. You can have an obvious rule.
There have been other examples.
The obvious rule I'm looking for is a sense of decency within the profession. It's
from
not
who,
decent.
though? From who?
Decency from the people who run football, like the people who run Swindon. Decency from fans who, when they see this man run out, should greet him the way he should be greeted, with either a silence or a resounding booing. Because
and he was guilty, right, and of a tragic accident, wasn't he? And he's done his time. Now, listen,
he contributed in quite a big way to that accident.
Yeah, without a doubt, and that's why he was sent to prison.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll give you Tony Adams, Marlon King, Lee Hughes, Joey Barton, Jamie Lawrence. Jamie Lawrence, a friend of mine, actually did turn his life around. Now listen, if you're asking me my opinion on him actually going to jail, he probably should have got 3 times as long, right? In my personal opinion.
I totally
now,
agree.
once he's done the time, you can't stop him. His job is as a goalkeeper. If someone then wants to take the chance on him, you can't stand in his way.
Okay.
He's done his time.
Well, I'm judging the people who are going to issue him a contract and put him back into professional football. Hang on, Darren, tell you what, if he came to my club, came to my club Everton, I'd never go and watch Everton again. Ever. I'm sorry. I have a moral principle about this. I wouldn't pay money over to support this man's lifestyle when he's gone and wiped out 2 children from another family.
So are you cherry picking are you cherry picking because this was a tragic car crash? Right, with young deaths, young fatalities.
I'm not cherry picking anything. I'm telling you the facts of what happened.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is, if he had a misdemeanour, like a brawling incident, and went to prison.
It wasn't a brawling incident.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But he's had to go to prison and serve time. But so he didn't do it on purpose, all right? Yes, he did contribute. Yes, he did do his time. Yes, we all agree that he probably
didn't take enough care to make sure it didn't happen.
The one thing I would say is this.
Right, so hold on, one minute. The thing is, someone who actually drives and has an accident, are they any more guilty than someone who drives and doesn't have an accident?
All right, here, Flash, I'll tell you something then. We all know people who've drunk drive. They might be 2 miles away from their home. They might have had 2 or 3 pints. They might very carefully get into the car and gingerly decide to go home because it's raining, for instance, right? This man was on a motorway in the early hours of the morning. He was tired. He was twice the legal limit of drinking acceptability. He was speeding. All of that was such reckless behaviour. He ended up crashing into another family's car. Have you seen the state of the car that he crashed into? It is completely smashed into pieces and broken into 2. The level of recklessness is such that he should not be given any grace whatsoever to live his life as a normal human being again in the profession he was in.
Is actually getting in the car in the first place under the influence of alcohol. But then again, he got 7 years. He's done his time.
He's done 4 years.
I know, which is a disgrace for even getting 7 years. For me, an eye for an eye. I mean, for 2 young kids or 2 adults, it doesn't matter. I mean, he's still got to be able to play his trade once he's done his time in the eyes of the law.
Okay, very strong opinions there. Darren, you've been a bit quiet.
No, only because I'm glad you actually gave us the level of irresponsibility involved. Because I think that is very important. But the sad thing about football is that we cannot say he cannot go back to doing what he's paid for, where there are so many within the sport already.
Yeah.
And Gordon has just told us you've got the likes of Lee Hughes has also taken someone's life.
Lee Hughes
as
should never
part
been
of
allowed
his,
back into football.
Misdemeanor.
And by the way,
there
in both
are
cases,
other people who do the same
both cases,
thing.
in Lee Hughes' case and in the case of this Luke McCormick, they've also rendered another human being crippled for the rest of their
Yeah,
lives.
but hang on, let's not get away
Right?
from Marlon King.
The kid's father broke his back and his neck, and he's now an invalid.
Oh, listen.
So he's got a life sentence.
Yeah.
Mate,
So
you're talking as if we condone all that.
Yeah,
we
I'm
don't
not-
condone all that, but
No.
there is nothing you can do to stop it happening. And the bottom line is, if this guy was a bricklayer and he wanted to go back to laying bricks, he would get a job. Someone would pay him to do it.
Yeah.
Why can he not go back
Laying
into football?
Well,
bricks
because
is not an
what Mike's saying is
profession,
that
which
he's
is-
not going to be able to
Yeah.
play football on the
Yeah.
television in front of
Yeah.
the people to remind
Exactly.
them
But
what
the
they've
bottom
done.
line is, they would listen. I would suggest, given the kind of guy he is and the industry he works in, I don't think this family will probably ever want to watch another football match again.
No, they won't
I don't-
because
I
of
don't
his
think it's
actions. So their life
absolutely,
is
but
destroyed.
what I'm saying
Why
is,
should this
you
go back
say,
to normal?
why should they turn on the TV and watch a match? Where
I
he's
don't think
involved?
his life's
They
ever going to
won't
be
do
normal
that.
when you have the guilt
And the
of what
stigma.
he. Oh.
Okay, and do you know what, Flash? You've actually hit the nail on the head of something I should have said earlier. I don't think morally he should have any dreams or ambitions to come back into football
So
and
what
put
should
himself
he
into
do?
a public arena.
So what should he do?
I don't care what he does. I don't care if he
but
emigrates
so
and goes
what-
get a job somewhere else. But
Yeah,
to
but-
put himself into a position where, I think I'll earn a few grand a week now as a footballer
But
again.
he's not
That's all
exactly
behind
gonna
me
do
now.
that, is he? I mean,
Sorry?
he's going to have the death of 2 children on his conscience.
Yeah.
You don't think every
Well, I
night
couldn't
he
walk the
lies
streets.
down
I couldn't
in
walk
his
the
cell
streets. No,
and
mate.
thinks to himself,
Right.
what have I done?
Flash,
Unless
let
a
me ask
man
you
would
this
take his
question.
life, yeah, I
right,
know- I
I
know
couldn't
that.
walk the streets. If it was you and you're a footballer, would you go out in the public arena again and pull on a football strip and play and expect
Yeah, it's
20,000
unfair.
people to
It's unfair
applaud
because
you?
you're asking me to making it like. I don't know.
Right, okay,
I
there we
don't
go.
know. Desperation.
Right, right,
I
okay.
just think a lot of
Okay.
people have strong views on this. It's not
Yeah.
something that we should just do for 2 minutes and dismiss. It is a very, very sensitive subject. But the problem is, football has so many of these people in the sport itself.
Not
what
to
we
this
need
extent.
to do is draw
Not
a
to
line
this
in
extent,
the
mate.
stand.
Yes.
No, you're
If we
trying
have
to
a
make,
line in the
you're trying to
sand,
make a
then
generality.
you-
Stay ahead of the game with Sports Tonight Live. Don't miss a thing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search for Sports Tonight Live on Facebook and like our fan page. Follow Sports Tonight TV on Twitter and tweet us your thoughts and opinions. Sports Tonight Live, it's the platform for the fans.